everybody always talking about the hairstylists, but truthfully, the nail salons have absolutely lost their minds, and we are letting them get away with murder because we used to be a proper country. I remember a time when you could get a full set and a pedicure for $80. Now they nickel and dime you for every little thing. I can't walk out the nail shop without spending $150, and I get the most basic thing you could think of. The fact that they charge you for everything. Why is it $5 for shape, $5 for length, $5 for cut down, $5 for everything? Everything is $5. And then, like, at this point, gel polish is the standard. Everybody gets gel polish. Why is gel polish on your manicure $20 and gel polish on your pedicure $15? A bottle of gel polish itself costs $13. What am I paying for? What am I paying for? The labor is the same. It's the same swiping motion as regular polish. So what? The light, like, I got a light at home. I could bring out a bottle of gel. What is I don't understand why everything is so exorbitantly expensive. Way more expensive than what it used to be. And that is my only problem. If it was just that this is the standard, okay, cool. Y'all charging me to put on gel and charging me to take it off. Why?
Here and start shitting on us every day. Oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I could never work for a company. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how y'all work 9 to 5 jobs. Y'all are broke. Whatever I make in one day is what you make in one fucking year. I could never be you. All y'all niggas want us because we're lash techs. Every nigga wants lash techs. Hold on. And now y'all getting on here complaining that y'all ain't got no damn money no more. I don't give a fuck. We don't care. Because y'all was literally just shitting on us. Y'all was saying that y'all make more money than nurses. Okay, so then go figure something else out. You're an entrepreneur, right? Entrepreneur mindset, entrepreneur spirit. Go fucking figure that shit out. Stop coming on the internet complaining. No, stand on business. Because you're not getting your customer clientele back. It doesn't matter what you say. We told y'all how many times that them prices was too damn high. And what did y'all tell us? Hold on, say it with me now. Lashes is a luxury service. If you can't afford a luxury service, then don't get it. So we stopped getting them. Now y'all mad as fuck. Y'all was trying to shit on bitches with 9 to 5 jobs, but our jobs did not get replaced by a pack of DIY lashes. Thank you and good night.
Prices, specifically black hairstylists, needs to just stop. It's like I always say, you find somebody within your budget and you go to that person. I think the issue comes in is when the clients see people online that they want to go to, and then they have sticker shock with the person's price list. Now, take me, for instance. I've been doing hair for over 20 years. I'm not going to be charging the same amount as somebody who just got into the industry or even who has less time than me, because if I was 20 years on the job, I would be getting paid more. And what brought this up is because I was on Threads earlier and saw this post. So pause to read, but basically the young lady was asking, why do black women have to pay so much to get their hair done, right? Just what people typically be saying online. But one thing that I love is that so many people in the industry, black, white, Asian, everybody was like, no, ma'am, you were absolutely incorrect. Hold, please. Pause to read this. This is one comment, because what this woman right here is saying is so, so true. I work in a salon that's predominantly white. The area that I work in, my clientele is 50-50 and has been for a while. I'm literally in a salon with a young lady who they've been giving her a hard time on social media because she is charging $2,100, $2,700 for her extensions and teaching classes and everything. And folks are in the comments giving her hell. But the thing is, people are going to pay what they want to pay for the services that they're going to pay for. And my thing is, like I tell everybody, when it comes to dating, when it comes to finding a hairstylist, when it comes to buying a car, buying a house, you just buy within your budget. Like right now, I want a fully loaded Lexus truck, okay? I'm not gonna go to Lexus and get mad because the prices that they charging, knowing good and doggone well I don't want to pay that car note right now. I can't go in there and be like, well, Nissan charging this. No. Also, somebody else brought up a really, really good point, and I wasn't able to find it because I commented on it on Threads, and she was like, the issue is that black hairstylists have for so long underpriced their services. We do a lot of work for far less money. And because of that, it has been expected across the board to pay less when our counterparts in other salons have actually been paying more for years. And one of the ladies suggested, she said, it's because a lot of times people undervalue what it is that we do and feel like, okay, whatever, they just doing hair. So my question is to you, like, how do y'all feel about it? I know how I feel about it because I'm of the mindset of I'm not going to go anywhere where I can't afford. I'm not going to buy where I can't afford. I'm not going to patronize where I can't afford. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go where I can go based on my budget and be okay with that. But what y'all think?
Somehow, I have ended up on the other side of TikToks with white hair salons. I think it's the Hair by Chrissy debacle that's going on. I don't know, but I ended up over here, so we're gonna talk about it. So I have one question. White women, are y'all okay? $4,000? I had no idea y'all were paying that much for y'all hair. Now I knew like getting color was a little expensive because even for us getting color is expensive, but not as much as y'all pay. Why are y'all paying so much? Like, why are the salons charging y'all so much? Because we on our side, we complain about the prices too, but they're not as nowhere as near as high as what you all are paying. But anyways, I saw this video. This creator, Rachel Bynum, she's a hairstylist, and she wanted you all to see what a $4,000 service in her salon looks like. So let's look at it.
Some services in my hair salon do cost $4,000, and I want to go over what that looks like in the very rare occasion that it does. As you see, my client Kelsey here had a very blunt bob. She was very dense. The hair alone for her would have cost $2,160, but this was for $300.
Okay, so now we're at 2,000 right now, and that's with the hair or whatever. All right, so let's see what else her service includes to bring it up to that $4,000 price range.
The blonde pieces that I was coloring was going to match the brightness in her natural, and it just wasn't deep and rich and dark in one color. So I did do a 8.4, 2 ounces to half an ounce of 6.343 in Kevin Murphy with 10 volume because I wanted to deposit. And then on her blonde lighter shade pieces, I did Redken shades, equal parts 6CB, 6AA, 7C, and we let that sit for 20 minutes. And then after this, her extensions were washing and being styled by Patsy in the other room while I was doing Kelsey's hair. And so once we got Kelsey all washed and styled, and toned and all the things, I brought her back into the chair and I installed wet. I didn't get any footage of me installing because we were on live for like 4 hours with y'all, which was an amazing live. We had over 800 people in the live asking questions about how I distribute the weight and how I put the hair in. And we ended up doing 5 rows.
For some reason, I can't move this screen. But anyways, that color service, I left it out of the video, but her custom color service, that was $650 for the custom color service. All right, so now we got to get to the hair, what the finished product looks like. She said in the video she wasn't able to show the install, but let's see what the results are.
What everything looks like underneath. So here's the bottom row, as y'all can see. That's the first row at the very bottom, which is a nape row. After her nape row, this next one I'm pulling down is going to be a full row from corner to corner all the way. That had about 100 grams on that one row. The bottom had about 80. And then I did a density row, which was a smaller row of about 80 grams, I believe, again. And then her top row, as y'all see here, I split into 2 so that she didn't have any type of tension. And I wanted to make sure we could add the max amount of weight there. And then I did a very small row at the top just to like break up any of her dense bob that she had. And as y'all see here, everything blended very beautifully, very softly. It blended straight as well. And we had to maximize her coverage and weight of extensions. We ended up cutting out 52 grams of hair during the layering process. This is why I preach that it's very important that you add more hair than what the client needs. You have to account for that. All right, here's her top row. Look how flexible and flat that is. Number one question I get asked, can you wear your hair up? 100%. So even going as far forward as we did, look how flat and how camouflaged her hair is. She would be able to wear it up. Now, of course, you have to remember you have extensions in your head. You might have to like brush it, make sure it's laying flat. But for the most part, it is super flat, super camouflaged. She was so happy with it. Her end result ended up being a 10 out of 10.
So I want to ask a serious question. And this is stemming from a video that I saw on YouTube about barbers charging too high. So let me ask you a serious question. Why is it that people will pay $1,200 to a plumber? They will pay $1,500 to a mechanic. They will pay $350 for a doctor visit. But when a barber or a hairstylist or a braider or eyelash tech or a nail technician say 40, 50, 60, 70, 200, $300, they say that's too expensive. I want to talk about it because this is a real conversation. And the conversation is, do barbers and beauty professionals charge too much? And I want you to think about it before you react, because a lot of us is reactive, okay? And before you answer that, I really want you to think about, do they really charge too much? So let's talk about it. Let me ask you something. When your sink is leaking, what do you do? What do you do when your sink leaks? When your sink is leaking, you call a plumber, right? And when your car breaks down, you call your mechanic. And when you're sick, you call your doctor. And you don't even argue with them about the price. You don't. Most people will pay that bill and keep it going. But when it comes to your haircuts, when it comes to your braids, your hair color, your nails, your lashes, your wigs, suddenly everybody becomes a price expert. Why is it so high? Can you do it a little cheaper? My old stylist charged me $5. My old stylist didn't charge me this. You know, and for us beauty professionals, we done heard it too much. The reason why I think a lot of y'all say these things is because y'all don't see a lot. Y'all just see yourself breaking their money off. And y'all see y'all stylist looking, a barber looking good, and they might even have a nice car. So that's what you think, right? But let me break it down for you, because what you're seeing what you think you're seeing is probably not what you're really seeing. So a licensed professional often have to pay state licensing fees, continuing education, expensive tools, expensive products, and those tools aren't cheap. Your favorite barber, your favorite nail tech, if you your favorite lash tech, they're using the best of the best on you. Okay, professional clippers running just for trimmers most times $150, and they don't even make stuff the way they used to. Clippers run between $150, and the highest I've seen clippers is at $2,200. Shears the same thing. Good shears start about maybe $250, like decent. They not good, but they just good enough. 200 to about, I done seen as high as $3,000 for shears. Okay, we're not even going to go into color extensions, braiding hair. That stuff adds up fast. And some of y'all should do a test. Go to the beauty supply store and just buy stuff that you need. Buy your hair color, buy your bows, buy your foils, buy that stuff, and you see how it adds up. And you just doing it for you. You still gonna walk out of there paying almost $150 just for you. $85 to $150. So imagine you doing this for multiple people. Okay, that stuff adds up. Like, unlike some jobs, beauty professionals usually don't get paid hourly. We don't get paid by the hour. So that means if no client comes, which a lot of these stylists and barbers and stuff, they're not going to tell you about all the no-shows they done had. That means if they have a no-show, they make no money. If they feel sick and they tired, or their children messed up at school or whatever, and they need to take off, no money. Okay, if they had a car accident and they can't get to work, no money. A lot of y'all have jobs where y'all could use y'all leave. Yeah, if y'all need to go out of town for a death or anything, no money. Okay, y'all can take off y'all leave. Y'all be like, I saved up my time. My grandmother died. I'm gonna go spend time with my family for 2 weeks. Some of y'all even build up on your time and you still get paid. COVID was rough for a lot of hairstylists because we didn't get paid. And you had to just risk people still want their hair done, but you had to risk that. And it was a lot when people just sit home enjoying their family and still getting paid. Like they didn't even have to work. That's why people don't want to work now. Because they sat home in COVID and was getting unemployment. And we didn't have unemployment. We had to get up and do hair, do nails, and a lot of nail technicians and a lot of lash technicians and even hairstylists was birthed during COVID. Okay, but a lot of them left as soon as they got in because the money was good at the time, but they started seeing how the business really is, and a lot of them start selling they stuff because guess what? You learn something off of YouTube, but you gotta keep paying for education because trends change just as fast as they come, they change. And then you gotta think about it, how long it take you to do the styles. Some of these styles and some of these nail services is 3 hours. Lashes, some set of lashes, sometimes 3 hours. Sometimes you doing extension services that could be 8 hours on a client. So now ask yourself honestly, would you do work for 4 to 6 hours for just $30? If somebody was braiding your hair for 4 or 5 hours and you got out the chair and you just paid $40, do you think that's a livable wage? And didn't even tip. Maybe a $2 tip. A $2. But anyway, hair is not just a service. It's an art. It's chemistry. It's precision. Our clients are our muse, right? So in the beauty industry, it's art, chemistry, precision, customer service. That's really number one. We have to turn that customer service on all the time because that's how we keep our clients. If we have a bad attitude, most times that could cause us from losing out on the client and slow our clientele building up. One mistake, we can't make mistakes as stylists. One mistake with a haircut, one mistake with a bleach. You can make a mistake at your job and still come back the next day. We'll make a mistake on a client and the client didn't like it or they didn't feel like we did a good job and they won't come back. So, and we could have done their head beautiful 90% of the time they came to us, 95%, 98%. We could have been doing their hair beautiful for 98% of their service. And we made one mistake or we didn't do something just like the last time. And that's our behind. We that's it. They don't want us no more. They moving on. They found another stylist. So professionals spend years and years learning technique. You gotta stay on it because if you snooze, you will lose. And the thing is, why do people respect the skill of other industries but question the skill of the beauty industry? Why? People see barbers and hairstylists as just doing hair, but really, they are small business owners. They're customer service reps. They're artists. They're marketers. They're accountants. They're therapists. And we don't get paid to be the therapist. I done heard some stories because clients will tell you everything. And we don't get paid for being a therapist. We be so heavy many days when we come from work because we carrying a lot. And most of them don't even have benefits. Like we work hard like that. We don't have no health insurance. We don't have no 401k. We don't get paid vacations. We don't get retirement plans. So the chair is literally our livelihood. So when whatever they charge, they have to spend it wisely. A lot of them make mistakes and buy clothing and all that stuff and trying to look the part because they know that clients love to see us look good because we're trendsetters. But sometimes we get overly indulgent in it and forget that we gonna get older And we need to have a retirement plan. We need to have a backup plan. We need to have but we spend as fast as we get it. So the flip question is, everybody wants to know, why is the services so expensive? This is the question. And I'm going to break it down to y'all. But let me say it like this. Maybe a better question is, why do we undervalue beauty professionals? So let's look at it like that, because it is a profession. And so because it's a profession that we go to school for and we have to take tests for, and it should be, you should expect to pay a little bit more than $40, at $25. Looking good and having confidence for yourself is a promotion for you to want to go out, date, have self-esteem, look good for your spouse, and just feel good overall. People will spend thousands of dollars on clothes. My clients will sit there and be having Jordans on. They got Louis Vuitton bags. They got Gucci shades, belt, and everything, but complain when I say $85. So let's be fair. There are solutions so that both clients and professionals feel better about this situation. So let's break it down. For the clients, research the stylist before booking. Find out if that's the stylist for you. Respect their appointment times, because a lot of y'all be late and mad because somebody charge y'all a late fee. Some of y'all don't show up. Some of y'all come up when y'all want to come. Understanding, and some of y'all don't come at all. They forget about those no-shows. The no-shows don't even show up. Okay, so that especially if that was a no-show that you blocked out 4 to 5 hours for. See, now that your whole day messed up. I done had clients do that. Because they had a whole head of braids, and I told them, I made sure they said it was coming, and they did not show. So that was 6 hours blocked off for nothing. So understanding the quality and cost of the money. If it's out of your budget, find someone in your budget. You don't have to go to the best. Go to the school. Go to somebody in training. But the thing is, you can't get mad and get on social media because it didn't come out the way you wanted it to come out.
They completely.
I didn't even see the sewing part.
Oh my God! She played in your head.
No color in it. It's not orange melon. It came out first here, orange and yellow. Real yellow. Well, obviously, you can see how late they went because it's right there on the side of my damn head.
Damn.
I did not pay people to fuck up my hair. It was already done.
Well, you're in school, so.
Yeah, you can always go to a salon.
A licensed salon to a school, and you got half the client do it.
But if you're saying that a licensed salon can't do it, then why would you go to a school?
Are you harassing me?
Are you harassing my son?
No, I was asking what happened.
Okay.
Have a good one. Thanks for coming in.
What's illegal?
Thanks for coming in. Have a good one.
You signing it.
Ridiculous.
What's ridiculous is that
Now, see, y'all want to pay those $10 prices and want those $10 people to put out $400 work, and that's not how that works. You have to go to someone to put out that $400 work. You have to go to somebody that's experienced, as a professional that knows what they're doing, so you don't have a bad experience. Okay, so for the beauty professional, let me say this to y'all. Be transparent with y'all prices. Provide great customer service. Keep improving your craft. And communicate about your expectations and be clear about it. Okay? Respect and be on time. Be on time for your client. Don't come in there late. It's not fair for you to charge a late fee and you come in late. Okay? And if you do come in late, accommodate them. If you come in late, make sure you say, well, you know what? I'm taking $15 off. If you charge a $25 late fee, for being late. When that client comes, say, well, I'm taking $25 off your service because I was late. Okay. I know some of y'all didn't like that, but I'm telling the truth. It goes both ways. Now let's talk. Now I want to hear from you guys. And be honest in the comments. Do you think that barbers and beauty professionals charge too much? If they do, put the city you in or the state and put the charge for whether it be nails, full set, a short set, a haircut, braids. Put it in the comments, okay? And do you think that people simply just do you think that people just don't respect this profession? And if you're a stylist or a barber watching this, what is the craziest price complaint you've ever heard? Put it in the comments so that they know that some of these clients know what we have to go through as stylists. I know they think it's, but sometimes we could be just into ourselves. We don't know what these stylists and barbers going through. What is the craziest complaint you had about price ever? And because I know there are a lot of stories out there, I'm not gonna ask too many other questions because I know it's gonna get real in here. But if you enjoyed the conversation, I'm gonna end it today. But if you enjoyed this conversation, guys, please follow me. Follow me because well, subscribe because it's more. So please subscribe. Subscribe. Like this video. Share if you want to. Share if you care. But share with some of your stylists. Share it with your friend who complain about their hair getting done all the time. But subscribe. Subscribe for more real in-depth conversations, especially about the beauty industry, because that's my jam. Okay? I could talk about the beauty industry all day, as you can see. And I'm just going to leave it like this because one of my friends, I used to complain about everything too. I'm gonna be honest because just like I said, I went to I went to go eat and the burger and the shake and the fry was $28. It was a decent burger and fry and shake, but it was $28. I went to the movie and the movie was for me, for me and my two daughters. The movie was it was like $120 or something with the popcorn and I think a soda that we shared. And I'm used to going to the dollar movie from when I was little, so it's different now. Okay. But I was complaining about it. My light bill like $600, $500. I'm just like, why is my light bill so high? But we have to stop looking at it as things being so high. It's really not the price of something. It's your perspective. And if we change our perspective, then maybe we can flow a little bit better because it's how we look at it. If you know you like to look good, price shouldn't be an option. And that's just how people are. They like, listen, at any expense. Because we don't talk about how high they charge for plastic surgery. We don't talk about things like that. I got friends that do massages for people who have the plastic surgery. See, and they complain about the price, about the massages. And a lot of them don't even get the massages and then have issues later on. They ran and got that BBL, but they don't want to keep it up. And that's what I meant when I said earlier, people will buy the things, but they don't want to invest in themselves. So we have to find out why we're like that because we'll buy anything to throw on our head. We'll get a wig. We'll throw that wig on there. We'll pay $800 for a wig, but we don't want to pay $150 for a relaxer and a color and a haircut. We don't want to pay that. That's too much because it's our hair. We don't want to pay that, but we will go buy some Louis Vuitton shoes, you know, you don't want to settle for no shoes at Walmart. So just think about that. And I'm gonna let y'all go. But like I said before, if you liked everything you hear and see today, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna check y'all later.